characteristics of hydrides. Characteristics of hydrides. Okay, so here we are going to learn 5 characteristics of hydrides. What we are going to discuss is about hydrides what? So first one is the basic strength, or I can write basicity of hydrides, whether it increases, decreases as we move down the group. The second, that is solubility. Correct. The third, that is the boiling point. The fourth, that is thermal stability. And the last one, that is reducing nature. Reducing agent, right? How it behaves, reducing nature. Which will be the best reducing agent out of all the 5 hydrides. So these are the characteristics we are going to discuss. So we will start with the first one, basicity. Correct, we will start with that. Basicity of hydrides. So basic strength, whether it will increase or decrease down the group. Now we are talking of only the hydrides, that is NH3, PH3, ASH3, correct, SBH3 and BiH3. So as we move down the group, whether the basic character will increase or decrease. Let's check that. So all these hydrides, they have one lone pair of electrons. One lone pair of electrons they are having. So if they have electrons, they can donate electrons. They can donate electrons. If they can donate electrons, then they act as Lewis base. Correct? In 11th standard, we have studied the acid base theory, where different scientists, they gave their definition for acids and bases, like Arrhenius theory, correct, Lewis theory, Bronsted theory, correct. So they will donate electrons, means it is a Lewis base. Okay. Now NH3, this in the previous class also I told you, in NH3 lone pair of electrons are there. It will accept one H plus, correct, and it will form a dative bond, correct, it will form a dative bond, that is a coordinate bond. Why? Because only nitrogen is giving the electrons, correct, in one compound only that nitrogen is giving the electrons and H plus is the acceptor of electrons. Now come to the point. So basicity down the group, it decreases. Basic nature for hydrides down the group, it decreases. Now why it is decreasing? So the hydrides, they are having a lone pair of electron. They can donate the electron. They can act as Lewis base. Correct. As we move down the group, what is happening to the size? Now think, everywhere hydrogen is small only. Correct? Same size. What is happening to the rest of the elements of the group? Nitrogen also same size, small. Correct? That's why it is forming the bond. Phosphorus, slight big than nitrogen. Arsenic, little more big than phosphorus. Antimony, little more big than arsenic. And the last one, for bismuth, it will be very, very big. Correct? So down the group as we move, we are seeing for hydrides, the size is going on increasing. Correct? The size is going on increasing. We are talking of hydrides. The size increases down the group. So if the size increases, the electron density decreases. See, if the atom is very small, correct, it is very small means if the electrons are present means, any example you take, if the electrons are present means they will be very nearer to each other, right? So the density is very high. But if the atom is very big, the electrons will be scattered. So the density will be less. As I said, density inversely proportional to volume. Correct. So if size increases, volume increases, density decreases. If the density is decreasing, electron density is decreasing, then the tendency to donate electrons also decreases. Correct. Electron density is less means the tendency to donate electrons also decreases. And this is the reason basicity decreases down the group. The main reason is size and electron density. Just make a note of these points. Based on this you can explain. Correct. So the next one, the next characteristics of hydrides, that is solubility. Solubility. So solubility, only one of the hydride will be soluble, and that is NH3. NH3. Why? Because it can form hydrogen bond. Okay, hydrogen bond is formed. Now remember, hydrogen bond is found when hydrogen combines with FON. Okay, hydrogen makes a phone call. So what is happening? A bond is formed, right? They are connecting each other. Hydrogen, it connects with fluorine, it connects with oxygen, it connects with nitrogen. That means hydrogen bond is formed. Okay. So in ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen are present, hydrogen bond is seen. So it is polar, water is polar, correct. So how the hydrogen bond is formed here? We will draw that. So I will draw for ammonia first, N, correct, H3, okay, one lone pair of electron is there, and I will put here water, I will put it with blue color. So water H, correct, O and H, correct, only two I am showing, you can show one or two extra also. So how the hydrogen bond is formed? This hydrogen and this oxygen, put it with a dotted line, correct, H and O, I told no, hydrogen with the phone, so oxygen is also there, so H and O, also H and N, correct, this will make the bond with another molecule of ammonia and it goes on. So a bond is formed, and what bond? It is hydrogen bond. Because of this, ammonia is soluble in water, but the rest of the hydrides, they are insoluble in water because they do not have hydrogen bond. Hope this is clear to you. Okay. So let's see the next characteristic, thermal stability. This is for the hydride. So thermal means the heat, stability means the bond energy. If it is more, then it will be more stable, correct. The bond is strong, that means it is a stable bond, and more heat will be required to break that bond. So let's check for the hydrides here. Nitrogen and hydrogen, correct, they both are combining, they are forming the hydrides. Then P and H, okay, then AS and H, then antimony and H, and Bi and H, correct. Hydrogen size remains the same, but for these elements what is happening? The size goes on increasing, correct. Now if we check for N and hydrogen, that is the first one, size is small, and Bi and H, if we see, Bi it will be big, hydrogen will be same size, correct, small. So if small is there, correct, both the size it is small means it will be a stronger bond. Always small, same size na strong bond, but here it will be a weak bond. Why? Because one is small, one is big. If both are big, it will be a strong bond. If both are small, it will be a strong bond. But here one is big, one is small, so it will be a weak bond. Correct? So in a weak bond, the bond can be broken very easily. The bond can be broken very easily. But in small to small, which is a strong bond, the bond needs more energy. To break that bond, more energy is required. Correct? So what will be the thermal stability order here? So that will be the opposite of boiling point, NH3. It will need more energy to break that bond. Correct? Because the bond is very stronger. Then PH3, then ASH3, then SBH3, and then BiH3. Correct? So just make a note of this order of thermal stability. Let's check the last characteristic. Let's check the last characteristic, that is the reducing nature. Correct? Reducing nature. So again I am not drawing it. Correct? Hydrogen is same in size. Nitrogen to bismuth, the size goes on increasing. I'll just draw the first and the last. This is for NH3 and this is for BiH3. One is big, one is small. Correct? So here the bond is strong, here the bond is weak. Now here the bond is weak. Bond is weak. We'll compare and write the points. But in case of ammonia, the bond is strong, because both the atoms are small, bond is strong. Here the bond is weak. Over here the bond is very strong. So to break the bond between N and H, nitrogen and hydrogen, more energy is required to break that bond. Correct? And hydrogen cannot be removed very easily. Hydrogen cannot be removed very easily. But over here, the bond can be broken very easily between bismuth and hydrogen. Why? Because the bond is weak. Less heat has to be applied. Correct? To break the bond. So the bond breaks easily. So the hydrogen is removed very easily. Correct? Less heat has to be supplied. So hydrogen is removed very easily. Now if hydrogen is removed, what is that reaction? It is oxidation, loss of hydrogen, removal of hydrogen, that is oxidation. Oxidation is happening. So what will be this agent called as? Reducing agent. We are taking the opposite terms, right? So it will be reducing agent. But what in case of ammonia? Hydrogen cannot be removed. Correct? So if hydrogen cannot be removed, no oxidation, no reducing agent. So compare this to which will be the best reducing agent? BiH3. So among the hydrides of group number 15, BiH3 bismuthine is the strongest reducing agent. Why? Because the bond between bismuth and hydrogen is very weak. Hydrogen can be removed very easily. If it can be removed, loss of hydrogen, that is oxidation. So BiH3, it is a reducing agent. So please make a note of this. So we have completed here with the reactivity towards hydrogen. Correct? Hope you understood the topic. So let's check the next characteristics of hydrides, that is the boiling point. So boiling point, it depends on the mass. It depends on the mass. So down the group as we are moving, what is happening? The size is increasing, mass is also increasing, correct? Because atomic number increases, atomic mass increases, therefore mass increases down the group. Therefore boiling point for hydrides also increases down the group. So let me write the order here. So BiH3, which is the last element, Bi, correct, its hydride form, it will have higher boiling point than SbH3, higher boiling point than AsH3, higher boiling point than phosphine, correct? Why? Because mass is increasing, boiling point of BiH3 will be more. Now I did not write here NH3. So in the before one also, before I was explaining you the solubility. So in NH3 mass is there, van der Waals force of attraction is also there. One more bond is there, that is hydrogen bond. H bond is present in ammonia, and because of this reason the boiling point of ammonia is the highest. So I will write here ammonia. So ammonia's boiling point is the highest. Then for bismuthine, stibine, arsine, phosphine.